Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm here with another video from ArcGIS tutorial. Today I will show you how to estimate Ndvi in two different ways in the ArcGIS environment. Today I will use Landsat 9 data for this purpose. Okay, let's start with a brief explanation regarding different bands that we have for Landsat 9 sensor. As you can see from here, we have 9 bands of OLI for Landsat 9. I'm going to use band 4 and also band 5. Band 5 is a near infrared, and so band 4 is representing red bands. I'm going to estimate the relationship between these two bands in order to estimate Ndvi index. The formula that I'm going to use for this purpose is Ndvi and its relationship between near infrared and also red bands. Okay, let's back to the ArcGIS environment. I'm gonna start to add my bands into my ArcGIS environment. As I said before, I'm going to use band 4 and also band 5 for this purpose. They are added successfully, band 5 and also band 4. In order to estimate Ndvi, there are two easy ways for this purpose. One of them is related to image analysis. From Windows, we have image analysis. By clicking on that, we have this panel, and as you can see, your both bands uploaded here successfully. By selecting them, we can see further details regarding the brightness or other information here. In order to estimate Ndvi using these two bands, I'm gonna come to processing, and here we have different options. For example, this one is Ndvi. If I click on this one, based on these two bands, it's gonna estimate Ndvi for me. Okay, let's try. So easy. As you can see, estimated Ndvi here. Okay, I'm gonna show you another way for estimating Ndvi. This time, I'm gonna use a raster calculator. From here, I search for raster calculator, open the raster calculator, and here I need to define different bounds in order to reach the final Ndvi index. For this, I use float and the relationship, as I mentioned before, between near infrared and also red bands. As you remember, near infrared band is band 4. Subtract band 5 divided, again float, relationship, this one, this time is plus, band 4. We can give it a name and click on OK. It's gonna take a while, however, the final Ndvi we can see here. Depends on your type, you can use one of them. For example, I'm gonna use this one for classifying different types of different classes inside the Ndvi index. For this purpose, I'm gonna show you some classification of Ndvi from this paper that I will provide its link for your consideration. As you can see here, we have different Ndvi range. I'm gonna apply all these range on my estimated Ndvi and classify these values. Okay, let's start. For this purpose, I'm gonna delete this part. By right click and opening the properties from classified. I want to classify my Ndvi index. The method that I'm going to classify is manual because I'm going to add some values to my classification. The number of class, as you can see here, from here, it's 6. I cannot leave it, let's say, in default. From here, brick values, I'm gonna add my targeted values. For example, for water, we have 0.015. I need to check again. Okay, this is the water. The next one, it's gonna be 14 for class built up areas. The next one, it's gonna be barren lands. Shrub and grassland, 0.27, and the other would be spare vegetation, also dense vegetation. I'm leaving them default, and I'm gonna back here from color ramp. I will give them an appropriate color. For example, this one, and apply. Okay, as you can see, it's classified appropriately. Right now, I want to add the name for each of these labels. From here, I can do this easily by just typing water and putting this in bracket. I can go to the next class. It's a build up area. Barren land. The next class is shrub and grassland. And the final class dense vegetation. Pretty good. Right now I can apply. As you can see, I have a classification of my Ndvi values. Right now I'm gonna map these Ndvi values and extract it as a JPG. For this, I will use layout view. I can put it in full extent. A little decrease my frame. For the first time, I need to change the border. In order to add north arrow, I will use insert and north arrow. Depends on your preference. You can choose one of them. For example, I'm using this one. Increase its size manually and put it in a preferred var. The next step, I'm gonna add a scale bar. I'm sorry. For example, I'm going to use this one. And locate it inside my frame. And the next one, it's gonna be legend. As you can see, it's added here successfully. Right now, I need to click on next. Here I can change the title or remove it. Very good. I can again increase the size or whatever I'm interested. I need to do some modification using properties. I can do this. For example, here I can change its format, text format. Also increase the size or other availability, and also options that I can work and use them for further and more modification. For this one, I'm gonna delete this value because it's extra. For this, I need to convert to graphics all this legend. Again, ungroup this, and from here, I'm gonna delete this one, and that's it. Very good. Right now, everything is good. I can export my final map from file. I can export map into my desktop, give it a title, and save it. From desktop, I open the extracted map. As you can see here, it's in a very good condition. Okay, very good. Thank you very much for your attention. Hope the content of this video will be useful for you. If you like these types of video, please like the video and also subscribe to my channel in order to notify regarding the future videos and also future works.